Hello and welcome everyone. This is Big Bull here from Bull's Corner, and today we are diving into this fascinating world of trading fake outs. Because today we're gonna learn how you can trade fake outs, how you can identify it, and then I'll show you some of the key strategies that you can learn and you can trade every day using those fake out strategy. I use it every single day, and then I'll show you tons and tons of examples on this one too, and then how you can take early exits and take early entries too on your plays. So let's get right into it. So let's look at SPY first. So guys, trading fake out, it's a pretty easy day trading or swing trading strategy that I incorporate, here and there. In my setups when I'm trading supply and demand or support and resistance, it mainly comes with support and resistance. Is you're basically watching one resistance level and price is breaking out, and then you're anticipating a breakout, but instead there is a successful breakout, there is a failed breakout, right. Candle is not closing above, but candle instead we gives a fake out and the candle closed back below the resistance or support level, and in the next candle price retesting the level again, and then this is where we're going to enter our trade, or this is where we're going to exit our trade if we enter on the breakout to minimize our losses, right. So this is where I would enter my trade, and then targeting this prior lows here. So let's look at some of the examples. I already did talk about some of these strategies here, but I will show you guys more examples on how you can play. Now usually if what happens is you will find most of these setups when price is in a range, right. When price is in a range, because most people are anticipating a breakout when price is near the highs, and then most people anticipate a breakdown when price is near the lows. So what happens is most of the time the first move is always the wrong one, most of the time, and then price tries to break out and there's the anticipation that price is gonna go higher, then there is also, you can think another way is those who shorted the market in this chop, their stop loss is higher up here. So what market gonna do is they're gonna grab the stop loss, they're gonna close lower, and they're gonna retest the level, and then gonna head back lower, right. So let's look at recent example on SPY. You can see everyone was watching this fake out on the range on SPY. This was a clear range was forming, and then you 1 2 3 4, a couple of times price trying to break out, and then finally price did break out of that range. 50-minute candle closed above, and a lot of people went long on this candle, and then even I went long. Not gonna lie, I did go long on this candle, and then as soon as next candle is closed below, I was out my calls at -12%, and because I knew as if this candle is not reversing back up, I'm not getting back into the calls. I did close my calls, but I entered. Then I alerted the puts to my team. Right on that retest, you see that's the partial retest in that 50-minute next candle. I think there's a proper retest on 5-minute. That was a proper retest right here on 5-minute. 50-minute candle closed 5-minute. This is where I alerted my short entry to my team, and we saw an instant dump into the price, and price just went lower, and then we made around, I think, 110 or 120% on our puts. So that's the one way you can trade it if you are long, if you're trading the breakouts. If this is the strategy that we talked about on, I think, day one on support and resistance breakouts, and then you can reverse it if you're long. If candle is closing below, you don't have to stay out of the trade. You can instantly get, switch your bias and get into the position of short, if you were long, and same with the downside, right. And that was the one example. I'll show you tons and tons of more examples here. This was another one, but prices gap down in this scenario right here. Oh, where did it go? like this one, guys. It doesn't have to be a range sometimes. uh, all you have to have to watch for to identify a fake out is watching the prior highs, right? So but as long as, let's say, price made a highs and then price made a lows, and then if it's trying to make a new highs, and if it is if it's a my bad, if it's a successful breakout, that means price needs to stay above this level on that retest but not closing below, and that means that's a successful breakout, and price is gonna go higher. But if the candle is closing below this prior highs, that's a failed breakout. At that point, I will need to be in the short position. I need to get out of longs right away, because that is the most of the time what happens before the reversal happens. And this is what happens here, right? That's a prior highs, candle trying to close above, next candle closing below. That means that's a clear trap right here. I don't want to be long in this situation unless 50-minute candle is closing above again this prior highs, or even this prior highs. As I will be short on this lows here, and then a clear sell came after that. And then we have that's a long side. On the long side, price was that's the clear support. Price trying to close below. Price did close below and then closed above, and then went sideways, and then we got a push to the upside. So if there's a fake out, I see I'm trading support and resistance, I will instantly get out of my trade, or I will look for a different side to trade on it. Like here, most of the time, we've been taught that if price is breaking out, we're gonna wait for, as soon as price is breaking out, we will get a trade. And that's another reason I do not get into a trade as soon as the candle is closing above the prior highs, because I always wait for the retest. Because what happens, sometimes you do not get the retest, and then instead the next candle is just it's just closing below the level, and then that's a fake out right there. So that's why I just add that one extra step to get a better entries on my place. And then I think fake outs and then waiting an extra 15 to 20 minutes after the breakout really helps to filter those good quality trades. Really good 15-minute fake out here. Probably most people went short here. That's the prior lows, and then price was bouncing off this level, and then shorter time frame, I did went below here, and a lot of people probably went short on this of open. And then what happened, and candle closed above, formed a hammer on some volume, and then ripped to the upside, and then waited, took a stop. That's a supply up here, and this is what we learned yesterday. Went to supply, and then we went to the downside, and then went up again. So guys, you need to look for these kind of small things, especially when you're trading this support and resistance, like this one. Price formed a lows here, and then this next candle should be, if you look into smaller time frames, right here, not this one, this one, like that, right here. So price formed this prior lows, candle closed below this prior lows, but closed above, and then couldn't close below this prior lows here. That means there are high chance that's a fake out, and then a nice rip afterwards. And then price did change a trend from this. Price was making this lower highs. Price was making this lower highs and lower lows, and then trend changed, formed a bull flag, broke out of this prior highs. Clearly the trend is changed, or even trend was changed here in here on 5 minutes. So at this point, if I'm short, I will just completely get out of my positions. If I'm identifying this kind of a fake out pattern on any time frame. These happens on every time frame, like daily time frame. I'll show you on the daily too. Happens all the time. Like this one right here, I see this was a prior highs, was forming. Look what happened. Candle closed above, and then everyone thought price is going back to all-time highs and stuff, and then the next day candle closed below in 2 days, and then huge bearish engulfing, and we got a perfect retest. I remember trading this, and then in the March, in the those are insane time to trade, and then especially the whole move we caught was pretty insane. But back topic here, uh, fake out, retest, easy move to the downside, and then also looking here, another range formed, candle couldn't close above, closed below, and then easy play to the downside. And then even this one, guys, right? Even this range, I'll show you in a smaller time frame. Let's go to hourly and then look at this massive range, how I caught this massive range fake out. So this was the prior highs, and then it did break out, and then next morning price gap down below it, retested it. This is where I remember adding the puts for I think a week or 2 weeks out, and then price did go retest this level again, but never closed above this level. And the same day we got a massive dump, back to back, for 3 or 4 days. I think SPY dropped 7 to 8% in just 3 days. That was a massive move, almost 10% down in 3 days. And then this is where price bottomed for some time, and then as you can see, guys, another fake out to the upside on 2 hours. I'll show you right here. Prior lows formed, we got the bounce, and then price closed below this prior lows here, and then moved higher, retested this level, not once and a couple of times, and then just starting move higher after that. So guys, there's always gonna be a fake out move before the reversal happens 90% of the time. So this is what I look for when price is in the supply zone, and there's a fake out after that. I know this is a good supply zone, price can reverse off this level, and then this is what I will look for in a smaller time frame. If I identify a supply zone on a hourly time frame, going a 15-minute, I'll go for look for a fake out in that supply zone too. Then I know that this is a good fresh supply zone. I can go ahead and take the trade in that supply zone, with the clear risk at a prior swing highs or the current swing highs on that particular trade. Let's look at 15 minutes. Yes, guys, this is an easy one, right? And then even this 50-minute right here, price formed this prior lows here, couldn't close below, and just went sideways, and then was bouncing off this level. And then if we look at hourly time frame, that would be much clear to see that was a clear fake out retest. Because that's one of the reason I was not bearish in the market in these lows, because I was getting buy signals, and then at the same time I was seeing this fake out happening in real time. Close below, couldn't close below and above it, and then finally got a retest, gap down, and then just went higher after that. So that was also pretty good to see that how good a fake outs work. At the same time, we have this level too. I'm showing showing you examples on SPY, because this is what most people do trade every single day, and just showing you that these things do work on every single time frame. It does not matter. So if you guys mark this level here, that was the prior highs. Candle couldn't close above, closed below here. Shooting star also another confirmation, and retest of this level. This is where I would add short, and then also a clear supply zone rejection too. You guys see how all of these things are coming together now to give you a successful trade. Supply zone rejection, fake out, shooting star on high volume, fake out, retest. If you use all these in one trade, every single trade, already if there's a fake out, if there's a high volume, if there's any candlestick pattern, if before entering a trade, if all those things are checking out, what are the chances that you're going to lose a trade? Very, very low chances that you will see a right trade. And guys, that is one of the reasons that I have a high win rate, and I have almost 80 to 90% win rate in options trading, because unless there's no setup out there which is not taking up all the boxes, before I'm going to enter a trade, and then I have a clear risk level marked, I'm not going to enter a trade no matter what. And that's also the reason this week I'm not entering many trades, only small number of trades, only quality ones. And then instead of focusing on quantity, which will cause we playing this game for a long run, right? And then there's no reason to go out there look for a trade every single time when the setup is not there. And then my team knows it, how I trade. And then I'll try. That's why I made this course for free for everyone, to show you guys trading is easy as long as you're disciplined and you know what you're looking for, and then what's your edge is. And this is my edge. That's how I trade, and that's how I will trade. No matter what, if the trade works out or not. But I know if I go ahead and take 10 trades, using this all exact same setup that I've been teaching you last week or two, out of 10 trades I'm gonna win 8 trades, 100% guaranteed. Because this is what not me saying, this is what the my data is saying, that I've been trading this for the last 4 years. That's why is I've been highly successful trading all this candlestick patterns, volume, supply and demand, combining it all together. So guys, any more questions on fake outs? There's nothing much to talk about on fake outs, because I talk about it generally in every class. But today I just wanted to give you an overall picture of how fake outs work, how to play it, and all that stuff. And then risk level is, you already know, if you're trading a fake out, if the next candle is closing above the prior highs, that's your obvious stop level, right? And then take profit level, we did talk about it. If you're trading swing highs and swing lows, if you let's say if you're trading lower highs, and then you're obviously shorting at the highs, then your target is obviously the prior lows and all that stuff, right? Sometimes I cut thinking it's a faker, then it goes back up. Because again, for that, we need to trade the 15-minute time frame. Because when I trade 15-minute time frame and my levels are spot on, like prior swing highs and prior swing lows, because the thing is, I cannot have this level lows as my zone, this not this level or this level. As long as clearly marked, this was the prior highs, this was the prior lows. Anything in between here is is just an invoice. I'm not gonna use those level. Use those higher time frame levels, and then go into smaller time frame levels and use 15-minute time frame. Do not use any time frame smaller than that, because there's gonna be a fake out, a lot of it, especially in 5-minute, right? So your market levels on, I would say, hourly or daily or weekly time frame. And then if you want to trade it, go to 15-minute or even 30-minute time frame, and then go ahead, trade those. Wait for the candle close above your level, add on the retest. If it's a fake out, get out of your long position or short position, and then add back the short or long side on that fake out retest. Easy place. It's not like I've been not trading. I trading it, and then I've been showing you guys examples back to back that how I traded it. A recent example I showed you, I was in calls and then instantly got back into puts, because there was no reason for me to stay in those puts, and then hoping for it to go back up. Because if the market showed me that it's a fake out, then it is a fake out. I don't need to fight the market. I need to go along with the market. I need to trade what is market is showing me. Market is showing me it's a fake out. All right, that's what I'm agreeing upon with the market, and then I'm with the market as it's going down. So alright guys, so that's it for today. Hope you guys liked a quick class on today on fake outs. Again, if you guys have any questions, do let me know in the chat, and I will happy to help you guys all. Have a good day everyone. I'll catch you guys tomorrow with another exciting class.